Hi, I'm Dale with Living in the Empty Nest, and today I'm going to go through a tag video. This is called the Truthful YouTuber, which is going to be kind of interesting because that is tiny channel. But I think it'll be fun to kind of go through it now and maybe go through it again in another 9 months, 6 months, year, 2 years, maybe as I grow and our community gets bigger. So anyway, if you want to see how I answer these 16 questions, then go ahead and keep watching. Okay, so this I think will be kind of fun. Let's see how it goes, okay? So, all right, the first question. Have you ever received a product, tried it, didn't like it, and decided not to review it? So even though I'm a small channel, I did start getting some products sent to me, and usually I got an email because I don't have a P.O. box. I don't release my, I don't have my address up there, but usually I'd get an email first, and I decided in the very beginning that I was going to be really good about this, just like I've done in some of my other professional work too, is that I was going to be really truthful in this, but I was going to be upfront with that also with some of the products or companies that reached out to me. So I think I've had about 4 different products over the couple years. Again, I took a hiatus for about 2 years there. But in the earlier part, I haven't had anything recently. I've just been back for a few months. But where I would get the email and I would be, they'd say, would you like this? Would you like us to send this to you to be able to review? And I'd be very truthful up front in saying that I will be glad to review it, but I do want you to know, if you send it to me, that I'm going to give you my true and honest feedback. So in one of the cases, I never heard back from the company, which could be for so many reasons. It's not necessarily a strike against them that they only want honest, that they only want, good positive reviews. It could have been so many different reasons. But the other 3, I think companies did send me those products. Now, it happened that one of the products I really, really liked, it was a lip balm that I still even use. I pull it up and it's kind of cute. It's got a beautiful scent to it, and it actually really moisturizes your lips. Really like that one. There was a hair product, or a couple of products, which I did not like at all. And I really did not like it at all. So I let them know too. I did go back to them again, and I said that, I am going to be posting a review. I'm giving it the context of my current hair and how it's not working for me. Not that I don't like the product. I don't like the way it works for me. And again, they were very supportive of it. I didn't wait for them to come back and say, no, you can't post it. But because I felt like I was very upfront about that at first. So in that case, yes, I was not very So in that case, yeah, I didn't like it and share that. But I did always review all those products. So question number 2, a product you use alone but don't show or use online. So I'm taking this to be something that maybe I just don't talk about. There's nothing secretive. There's not like any kind of secret thing that I don't want anyone else to be able to know or to use as well too. So I'm just not that big of a channel that maybe this would change if you had, 1 million subscribers and you had a real big, presence out there in the social world. But I don't, so I have to say that no, there's nothing I don't show or use online on purpose. I'm certainly not going to show you plucking my eyebrows or something. But no, there's nothing secretive or that I keep hidden behind the curtain, right? Number 3, a product you want but won't buy because you don't support the brand. So there is one company that I did kind of hold a grudge against, and it was not really related to my channel. It wasn't like they sent me a PR package. Please, not hard enough for that. But it was a product that they were supposed to send me, and it took forever. It was delayed. I wrote back to them. I was not getting any communication. I didn't know what was going on. Of course, the money had already left my checking account, and this is a very, very good, big company. And finally, I would say it was about 5 weeks in, and they did respond to one of my emails and said that, that the product just had, there was a problem with it or something, and they couldn't get it out in time to me. So anyway, it did get resolved, but I was not happy with the way it was resolved and the lack of communication. So the result of that was I held a grudge against that, and there were a couple other products that I used of theirs, and I just stopped using them for a while because it just made me a little bit angry inside that it was the way that they were working with their customers. So every now and then I have actually 2 products now that I still continue using. Every now and then I think about that, but that was just one of those kind of silly incidences. All right, question number 4, do you have any blocked words? No, not at this point. I'd like to be able to move forward and think that if something does become a problem, I will address it then and there. But at this point, no, I don't have a blocked word. But I would. I mean, if something came up and it was offensive and it was used, it would be gone. Number 5, do you delete comments? If so, why? I have deleted a comment before because, let me put this out here first. This was a while ago, but if a comment was coming back and it was negative to me, they didn't like, my makeup, they didn't like the way I did this, they thought my lighting, they didn't like my opinion, they didn't whatever against me in that way, that would be one thing. But this was a comment that was actually a negative comment to another member of our community. So that I did not like. That's one thing if they're coming against me, because I'm the one putting myself out there. I have to know that that's going to happen. It still hurts, but I have to know that that's part of what comes in with having a YouTube channel. But I did not like this going within the community, so I did delete that comment. Question number 6, do you block people? I have not, but if, for example, in that instance that I talked about, had that continued and it was a problem, I would have had to block that person, yes. I will not let there be things going on within the community. It's one thing with me and against to me, but not within across other people. So in that case, I would. Number 7, have you ever lied about a product to stay on good terms with a brand? Well, I'm just not that big, so I don't have to worry about staying on good terms with any brands because I'm not really on any big PR things. But I would hope that I would never do that, because you would always have the option then of just not putting the review up there. If you had some kind of big problem issue that you thought this was going to be. But I also want to know that I have the ability and the freedom to be able to share when something doesn't work well. And I think I really want to always put in that context that something may not work well for me. It doesn't mean that it won't work well for someone else, or someone else might not love that. So I would hope that I would never be saying that a product is bad. It's just that it doesn't come back and work well for me. Number 8. Have you ever initially liked a product when you reviewed it and then changed your mind but didn't let your audience know? I mean, this is hard to say exactly, because there's definitely some products that I've used and then my skin has changed. I used to have very oily skin, now I have very dry skin. Some of the things I used when my skin was drier does not work anymore. So it's not that I don't like the product, it's because my skin has changed, so it doesn't work as well. So I try to be really clear about always up front saying, this is my skin, this is what I'm looking for. So if your skin is like that, in that kind of a way. But also, I had about a 2-year hiatus, so I don't know if there's some of the products, and actually this is something I think I might do, is go back and re-review some of the products I used earlier on. So I don't know now whether some of those earlier products would be something that I would still use or not, because some of them are gone because they're outdated. So, but never intentionally found out I didn't like something and come back and not share that. So influencer you don't trust. See, that's a really tough one. There's certainly ones that I feel are in it to be able to be sharing their thoughts and feelings. I feel are very honest with that. Then there are some that I feel are there more for the publicity and their promo and as a business. So I'd say it's not that I don't trust, but there's certain ones I feel like I'm more in line and in tune with because they're looking for similar things. So I'd hate to think that someone was just, promoting a big product because they're getting some money for it or because it's helping them get in better with a brand. And I don't ever want to kind of go down that route of really even jadedly thinking about that. But that's also why when I'm looking for my own reviews on products, I just don't go to necessarily one person. I go to several different ones. Let's see, number 10, influencer you trust the most. Yeah, there's a couple people that I look to see what they thought of something. One of the first people that comes to mind is Emily Noel. I love her perspective on things. She's very open when things don't work for her and why. So she's someone I definitely always look to. I also really like makeup by Tiffany D. She's another one that I feel like is really right there. Jamie from Beauty, I think that's what it is. Another one, I feel like she's really right there and very straightforward and honest, and they always give rationales. If something doesn't work, why? If something works really well, why? And to me, that's really helpful. So I don't know whether it's the trust thing, but I guess I feel like I get enough information from them that I can make a good decision for myself. I think we're on now number 11. Secret tips or product application you don't show while on the camera. Again, I think that goes back to any secret product. I'm sorry, I don't have, I'm sorry, I'm just not that special that I have secrets there. But I would go back to similar to the way I answered the other question. I'm certainly not going to pluck my eyebrows in front of the camera, and oftentimes I will speed things up because, first of all, who wants to watch that? Second of all, I can't say that I'm an expert. I am not a makeup artist. I'm just someone who likes to play with makeup. Okay, item number 12. This is a good one. Have you ever shown one product but were actually using another one? I'm going to say no. But then I'm going to say that recently there was kind of one that I probably didn't clarify very well. So never on purpose did I show that I was applying something and said it was a review of something like that. However, sometimes you get things slightly confused. So I just, in my skincare one, and one of my viewers had noticed this, that I talked about the, I can't think which one it was now, I talked about the CeraVe, and it was the Cetaphil, facial cleanser. And it was, I put the link down for the other one. I can't remember. I get those two confused. And the funny thing is I have both. One I keep in my little basket that I use under my bathroom sink, like in the morning when I'm washing my face. One is in my shower. So when I shower at night, typically, then I'm using that product there. So I have two containers of it. They're each kind. And so never purposefully have I said that I'm using a different product, but I certainly have confused them. Okay. 13, have you ever not disclosed your sponsorship? Well, that's an easy. I've never had a sponsorship. But in the future, I would certainly never want to be like that. Item 14, have you ever had a bad interaction with a brand? Well, I think I shared the earlier example of that one brand. Again, that was not really so much as a YouTube channel, and I wouldn't say it was a bad, I just felt like their communication system with their customers was not great. Item number 15, have you ever bandwagoned with other people's thoughts on a particular product? No, I'm a tiny little channel. Item 16, our last item, things other creators do that get on your nerves. I think one thing is flicking the hair. I know that's like just a pet peeve thing. So, and I don't mean this in any kind of mean way, but constantly flicking the hair, and I totally understand when the hair is getting your face, that is really annoying. But I think that kind of can be a little bit of an annoying thing. Otherwise, I mean, I think that everyone's just got their personality. And I think maybe the other thing is when people feel like they always have to apologize. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm broken out right now. Oh, excuse my nails, I haven't done them yet. I'm sorry, this is real world. These are my nails right now. Don't apologize for things like that. If you have poor lighting today, that's okay. It just might impact how well we can see a product on your skin, for example. You have a dog barking, it's okay. So I think it's that kind of apologizing thing that we don't need to do that. I think that it gives you a little more authenticity and some real world stuff, as opposed to something that we're all kind of, the Facebook world where everyone posts everything that's just wonderful and lovely and everything, and look at us, and not even necessarily to be that way. We don't have to be like that here. I want to be able to know that we can be as real and as comfortable. So I'm not always going to be perfect. I'm wearing my sweatpants right now. And my nails are a mess. But you know what? That's part of just being real as well too. So, well, these were kind of fun. I think it'll be fun to go back and do this again in, a little while. Maybe as my channel grows, as I actually start tiptoeing into some of these other areas. Like I said, right now I'm not on PR lists or anything. Maybe someday it'll be fun. So anyway, I hope this was kind of fun. I have another tag I'm also going to do, kind of a get to know me type of a tag, just for some fun discussion for us. So I'd love to hear your thoughts, and if you have any answers to some questions, or again, start some of that conversation up. And if you haven't subscribed already, then go ahead and subscribe if you would like to join our community. Hit the notification bell if you want to know when I upload, because I'm not very consistent at this point. I try and at least upload weekly. But otherwise, I'd love to hear from you. I thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye.